Hello, welcome back to the Deepblocks Tutorial Series for the Pro software. I will be going through in this tutorial all the different export options that we have available. So I'm going to start with the export options on the scanner side. So in our previous example, in the previous tutorial, we looked at all the sites that were between 10,000 and 20,000 square feet. Again, there were about 5,000 sites in the viewport. So from there, 250 are this size. Now we want to say that allow 100 to 150 units. Now we have 48 on this side, and next that the existing building area is under 5,000 square feet. So now we've narrowed down to 11 sites, and we'd like to have more information on these 11 sites. So what we could do now is export the CSV. So I have opened the CSV in Excel, and here we have all the different parameters. So let's say if I wanted to organize them by the number of units, in this case, I picked a very specific number of units, or the median income. This is another interesting way to organize these. And I can send the addresses. I can see the owner names, see if there are any that have names in common. State of Florida owns 2 of them, for example. Dade County owns another one. We're able to see the appraised land value, and so on. Tons of information here so that you can then maybe cross-reference to see if any of these are for sale, even though in South Florida, we do have that information, and very quickly have a different type of analysis with this. So I'm going to go back to the software. So that's one of the potential exporting capabilities. Let's go to the 3D model so that we can see the assumptions export capabilities. I'm actually going to go back to the model that we were doing previously to have continuity in these tutorials. And as you can see, I was able to get that model through a list. These are all of my most recent projects, and you're able to hop on and off into any of them. That's why it's important to give them a good name so that you can recognize them. So here we have our assumptions. Our assumptions are all of the assumptions that would be included in the back of the envelope. We have generated an export assumptions CSV so that you can potentially have a first tab of your proforma, bring these assumptions. They'll always be in the same place every time so that you can link these assumptions automatically to our proforma. So I'm going to download these and come back on Excel to show you what they look like. So I am now in Excel, and these are all the different assumptions that we export. Again, for example, if you're not doing a condo project or a full sale project, these numbers can be ignored. The idea is to, in this case, we're making a multifamily project, is that you would attach or connect these cells to your specific proforma and ignore the ones that you don't need. Again, if you did not do a project for hotel or office, for example, if these are off, we would still include them, because that way the position of the cell doesn't change, and you're able to always count on when, let's say, you adjust something back in the software, and I'll stop sharing and go back to the software. If you adjust anything like the number of units, the size of units, these assumptions, the CSV will adjust. You can export and copy back into that tab, your proforma tab, and everything will be exactly in the same place. So that's why it was designed that way. And lastly, we have a PDF, customizable PDF report, where you can enter the name of the person that is going to. You can write a summary. You can upload a cover image, and it generates a very simple PDF where, for example, this, let's say we wanted to zoom out a little bit in that 3D model. Sometimes the 3D model will be off screen. You can zoom out on your actual screen, and it will adjust accordingly in the 3D model. This is so that you can zoom in if it's a single family home, and so on. You can adjust, upload your own logo. You can look at the different color schemas according to your branding. Again, write the summary, and it gives you a summary of the zoning, the major zoning parameters, the location of the site, the 3D model again, the demographic trends of that census tract you're in, and your assumptions in back of the envelope calculation. So that very quickly you can download this PDF and send it. And again, this is where you adjust, for example, what color you want. the PDF to be. You can add your logo and so on. And as you can see, this will update the colors of the PDF so that it matches your color schema. So with that, we have the 3 ways that you can export information out of Deepblocks. First is the search capabilities. Second is your project or feasibility assumptions. And lastly, a PDF presentation that's customizable to your brand and logo. And if you have any questions, again, please reach us at the chat and we'll be happy to answer you during work hours. Thank you very much. And with that, we conclude our introduction series for Deepblocks Pro. We'll come back and do more case study based videos later on. Thank you very much.